Ever stood in a dealership wondering why that one sedan gets better mileage with something called a CVT while the crossover next to it has a traditional automatic? Well, today we're settling the debate, automatic versus CVT transmissions. Which one should you choose? Hey there drivers, Brian here. Perhaps you're looking to buy a specific car type. Let's say an SUV. But in today's market, the choices are plentiful. You may look at two similar vehicles on the outside, but what's happening between the engine and wheels is fundamentally different. Some are offered with a CVT, and others with a traditional automatic transmission. And that difference could save you thousands in fuel costs, or completely change your driving experience. Let's break it down in simple terms. A traditional automatic transmission uses a set number of physical gears, 6 to 10 these days. It's like having distinct steps on a staircase. Your car shifts between these predetermined gears as you accelerate or slow down. A CVT ditches those fixed gears entirely. Instead, it uses a belt or chain running between two pulleys that can change diameter. This creates an infinite number of gear ratios, like a smooth ramp instead of stairs. Here's where you'll really feel the difference. In a traditional automatic, you've probably noticed that moment when the car shifts gears. That slight pause or jerk as it changes from first to second gear. With a CVT, there's none of that. Acceleration is completely smooth because the transmission is constantly adjusting to the perfect ratio. No steps, no shifts, just one continuous power delivery. Now some people love this seamless feel, especially on city driving. But others miss those distinct shift points. They say a CVT makes the car feel weird or disconnected. Something I noticed personally when test driving some CVTs is that during highway passing, the engine revs up and stays there while the car accelerates. It sounds like the transmission is slipping, but it's actually working exactly as designed, staying in the power band. But I ain't gonna lie, it takes some getting used to. Let's talk efficiency, arguably the CVT's strongest selling point. Because it can infinitely adjust to the perfect ratio, a CVT typically delivers 3 to 6% better fuel economy than a comparable automatic. Now, performance is where traditional automatics still often have the edge. High-torque applications like trucks or performance cars generally stick with conventional automatics. The metal-on-metal contact of gears can handle more power than the belt or chain in most CVTs. Reliability, the million-dollar question. Traditional automatics have been around for decades. They're proven technology, and mechanics everywhere know how to fix them. CVTs are newer, and honestly they had some growing pains. Lately, manufacturers have made huge strides in CVT durability. Their latest designs can handle more power than ever before. Maintenance costs can be comparable, but there's one key difference. CVT fluid changes are absolutely critical. While a traditional automatic might forgive you for going a bit over. When it comes to initial cost, vehicles with CVTs are often priced similarly to automatics. However, repair costs differ. A rebuilt automatic might run $2,500 to $4,000, while a CVT replacement can hit $4,000 to $7,000. So, which should you choose? Here's my honest take. A CVT makes the most sense if fuel economy is your top priority. You do mostly city driving, you prefer smooth, shift-free acceleration, and you're committed to following the maintenance schedule. A traditional automatic is probably better if you prefer a more conventional driving feel. You need to tow heavy loads. You're keeping the vehicle well beyond the warranty period. Or you drive a high-performance vehicle. At the end of the day, both technologies have their place. The CVT isn't inherently better or worse than a traditional automatic. It's just different, with its own set of pros and cons. My advice? Test drive both types before deciding. Pay attention to how each feels. During acceleration, highway cruising, and passing. That seat-of-the-pants experience matters more than any spec sheet. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe for more no-nonsense automotive advice. Drop a comment letting me know which transmission you prefer and why.